So this is a piece of redwood. A friend of mine brought it to me. They have a cabin in California. They fly down there a few times a year, and they have some redwood in Madrone, and he brought this up, but it was too big to fit in his suitcase, so they decided, well, I can split it, and they thought it would split just right, but it sort of didn't split so well. But I actually can see that I can make something out of that and this. Neither one will be very big, and the only reason I didn't throw it away, and I was ready to, I was sawing it up to throw it away, and I noticed that there's some burl in here. Maybe there's even more in there, and there's only one way to find out. This is just a guess on the right direction to mount this. I'm hoping that my good wood's up into here. I know it is there, but as far as utilizing the most of the wood, this is going the direction that you'd want a bottom to go, except for that, of course. But if I made that to top, I just don't think I would like the shape. It might look kind of odd, but now that I said that, maybe I would like it. Too late now. I need to get this end around, and I'll need to flatten some of this out so I can get a tenon on there. Get my 5/8 bowl gouge. Almost 700. So there's the burl part, and we just don't know how far that goes, but I can't leave this like that. Smaller will be okay if it's got this nice featuring going on. Get more of this out of the way. Interesting. I had it in mind just to make a little pot. Came up, curved back in. Still not sure that's not what I'm going to do, but this isn't going to hurt anything to leave this on for now. Before I go any farther, I got to come down and see what's going to happen here, because that might change everything up there. If I take all of that, it got really short. Probably go back to my little pot. I need to get something down here for a tenon, and then I can maybe I can make up my mind. That's not easy sometimes. There's such gorgeous wood down in here that I can't do a half a tenon, it just won't work. I think I'll get that out of my way and flatten this off. It's not really doing me any good. It's kind of in my way. solid. Yeah, we did her. So I could get a 10 in there. Then I need a base. And that's just ugly. I don't want to leave that. Not very natural looking. It looks like someone took a wedge and split this chunk of wood. And I'll need a base. It's got burling going on right here too. And I'll bet you a little deeper I have more. So let's find out. Yeah, this color of this area here is coming this direction. So I'm going to gamble that it's right under that crack. If not, that's where we're going to stop anyways. We'll have a little contrast here, and this is kind of ribbony looking, this grain here. I'm going to flare this up in through here now. Okay, I'm going to clean the top edge up. Well, I don't know for sure, but I think I want this smaller in diameter here. Go back kind of like a shape I was looking for, but leave that and there'll be less of this. Well, I gave that other design a chance, but I'm going back to what I was wanting to make out of this little piece, and that's a little pot. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back that way so that the top is going to be smaller diameter than right here, and that will let me bring that wall in and keep this, at least most of it. Alright, I'm going to do a little shaping up here and get this bent over. Okay, that's enough. I don't have a tenon yet, or a base. After doing a little measuring, I've decided to take a little bit more out in this area, just because it would allow me to have a little better wall when I turn the inside. I like that. do a little sanding on this, and then I'll turn it around. Okay, I've got it turned around. First thing I'm going to do is flatten the top and have a look at it. Alright, I flattened the face off. I'm looking at this area where it had the split piece gone for a long time, it looks like. And I can still make a decent wall here. Following this angle, I can see that I shouldn't cut through this low spot. So I plan on leaving that. And once I commit myself to the wall, I pretty much have to leave it, because I wouldn't be able to turn it away. That will leave a huge hole in there. Got nice wood on each side of it. Not sure if I turned it down to there I would still have any. So let's go with this. And I think I might even drill this out as much as I can. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hollow out this inside. I have a rather large crack here. Now, as small as this is, anywhere I put the camera, I'm kind of blocking what you can see, so at least I think you can see what's going on here. You're not going to see what the cutting is doing. Alright, I'm going to put a coat of sanding sealer on here, let it dry real well, and then I'm going to sand it again, starting at 240 grit. Some of the wood's softer. This will toughen it up, and I think it'll help it sand out better. The turning ends up to be 4 inches tall and 5 inches in diameter. Let this dry. After it's dry, I'll start sanding the inside, and then I'll come back and I'll sand this and maybe do the same thing again, or at least put a couple more coats of sanding sealer on it. So I'm going to use this extension for my sanding pad so I can reach the bottom of this bowl without colliding with the sides. I'm going to put the final finishing touches on this Redwood Burl bowl pot. Too small to call a bowl and not the right shape. And I have numerous coats of shellac on here, and I'm going to go ahead and use my abrasive paste. So I'm going to have it running, and I'm going to just rub this in at a somewhat slow RPM. And obviously we have some low spot here, so I'm getting some bounce. But this is not abrasive enough that it's going to change anything in that area. And it probably will actually hit some high spots. And I like it when you have like a high spot and then a low spot and part of it's highlighted. So that is going to look really nice. Turn it up a little bit, and I am running in reverse if you wonder why I'm up here. I like to sand and polish in reverse. If you do that, make sure you have your chuck secured to run backwards. I think that's just right. This one I just want a nice level finish. I'm not looking for super shiny. I'll do the inside. That's going to be hard to see, so I'll just come back when we're finished with that and get the tenon off. So I'm finishing the buffing with it going forward, and I'm holding my hands underneath it. But I wanted to show you that I know when I've reached the finish that I'm looking for, when I see the reflection of there's 3 LED lights up on the ceiling over different machines, and when I can see them and they look like they're coming out of the center of this turning, then I know I've got a reflection that I'm going to be happy with. Well, here's the finished redwood pot that I turned, and it was just full of surprises. This is very pretty here, and when I first looked at it I thought it was kind of plain looking, but once I started cutting deeper and deeper into it, it started showing a lot nicer looking wood. And all the way around it is, but right here it's got this nice burl right in here. Redwood with burl. Boy, that is just an amazing piece of wood. Right there is where it was missing wood, and I decided I was going to leave that in there. Let that be a feature. And you can't see very well on the inside, but it also is got a lot of burl in it, and it's hard to see here. Maybe photographs will show it better. In the bottom, it's got a lot of burl in it, and I just finished the bottom with Howard feed and wax, so it's not going to be highlighted like the rest of the bowl. But there it is. Glad I decided to go ahead and turn it and salvage what was there. Hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And a special thanks to all my subscribers. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new to my channel and you feel so inclined, please consider subscribing. Thanks again, and until the next time, I'll see you later.